All right, so this video is just gonna go through the rest of the toolpath really briefly so that you see it all. I'm not gonna spend too much time explaining each one though. So I've already done my one toolpath where it's the profile, cutting out the outside of the wallet. Next thing I'm gonna do is go to the O-ring grooves using the 5/64 ball end mill. Cut depth is 55 thousandths. Pass depth is 20 thousandths. Okay, 6,000, 20, and 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and come back here. Now these are for the O-ring grooves, which are these four profiles. So I'm going to hold down shift and select all four of these. All right, now I'm going to come over and still 2D profile, but I'm going to change my cut depth. I just said it was 55 thousandths. I'm going to select my 5/64 ball end mill. I want to go inside because my print, if we look, what we plotted, what we showed was the outside edge of our O-ring groove. We didn't actually plot the inside edge. So when we tell our tool where to go, we want it to go to the inside edge of that line that we plotted. And so I'm going to make sure that says inside. I can check my tool again, just make sure 6,000, 20, 10. Tool number 2, pass depth is 20 thousandths. I say okay. All right, and that's really all I should need to do for this one. So I'm going to calculate, say okay. Now, if you'll notice, it made 2 of them inside and 2 of them outside. So if I preview, I just always hit preview all for the most part. It shows 2 of them really big and 2 of them regular. These are what they should look like. If it does this, it's just interpreting it kind of weird. And so it's because I did the mirror. So what I'm actually going to do is create a second duplicate toolpath and just change these to cut outside, even though you wouldn't think it should. Those are going to cut outside. So I'm going to come back over here. I can actually just say duplicate. It creates another one. And then all my parameters are there. All I have to do is open up profile. The first one, I know that these are good already. And so I'm going to leave those alone. But I'm going to deselect these 2. And then just recalculate. Remember, anytime you make a change, you have to calculate again. All right, and then I'm going to go back to this one I just duplicated, and I'm going to deselect these 2. And then to make these go to the inside, I'm just going to go over here and say outside, recalculate those, say okay. Now if I reset my preview, because it still holds on to the old one, reset my preview, then preview all, it should come up the way it's supposed to, and that looks much better. All right, now I'm going to move on to my next toolpaths. So I'm going to come over here. It should be still the ball nose, same tool. Okay, I'm only going to be going 3 to 5 thousandths, 6,000, 20, 10 for my parameters, and this is going to be for my engraving. So I'm going to create a new toolpath, but this one's going to be a quick engrave. Okay, so quick engrave, I'm going to start off with a depth of 3 thousandths of an inch and see how it looks. I'm going to select all of my engraving, whatever that may be, and calculate that. I shouldn't really need to do much else over. Oh no, I need to change this to my 5/64 again. Okay, and then I'm going to calculate. All right, close that out. I can preview this toolpath. So I can preview just the visible toolpath now, so I don't have to keep seeing it all again. If you don't like how it looks, you can change the depth of it. We can be flexible with that, but to me, that looks okay for right now. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my center drill and my drill. So essentially these are the same toolpath, just calling up a new tool. Okay, even the parameters are all the same. It's just one is with a number 2 center drill, depth of 170. One is with a number 43 drill, depth of 130. So I'm going to come back, go to my 2D view. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to save this just so I don't lose it. I'm going to do a drilling toolpath. My first one is 0.170 for my spot drill, which is using a center drill. I'm going to say calculate. It says I didn't select the right thing. It's going to go through. I'm actually going to cancel. I don't want that selected. I want, not even that, I want the holes selected. Okay. Center drill, 170, calculate. It says it's going to go all the way through. We say okay. I'm going to go ahead and just do this again. I'm just going to duplicate this. And then I'm going to come in here. It's the same geometry, the same everything, except for now the depth changes to 130 thousandths and the tool changes to the number 43. Calculate that. It's going to go through. We know that. That's okay. I'm going to preview those. Okay, looks all right. I have one last toolpath to do, which is my chamfer. So that's going to be with my V-bit 3/16, 2D profile, max cut depth of 50 thousandths, and there's my parameters. So I come back here, I do another 2D profile. All right, max depth is 50 thousandths. Tool is my V-bit. I'm going to be going outside, and I just want to reselect that that same one that I used for the first toolpath to cut it out, because we're going to follow this path for a chamfer as well. Now, this won't actually show up on the simulation, but it's there. Okay, so essentially what you should have when everything is done is something that looks like this. I know the holes look a little weird. Just because this software doesn't have a center drill itself, so it just looks a little oversized, but as long as we put the right tool in there, we'll be in good shape. So that's it for the toolpaths for this wallet. Next will be saving it to the actual file.